Welcome to my beauty corner. Today we have a very important subject because passport photo is pain for all people on the earth. Today I'm gonna show you makeup and very important tips that you have to do after makeup, because makeup is not always a key. While I'm prepping my skin, let's talk a little bit about viral passport makeup that got viral like last year. I personally would never do this type of makeup for my passport because, girls, this is way to the hell. If you travel a lot, you know how long sometimes it takes to go through custom. And imagine having photo on the passport that doesn't match your real face. I'm talking from the experience. I have 4 passports and all these passports I looked completely different. I was going through some hormonal changes and my face was changing a lot, my weight was changing, and sometimes I would not match completely the way I would look in my passport, and I would spend hours. I would spend hours on the custom because the guy would just stare at the passport, would stare at my face, and would get so freaking confused. So the main idea of this video is create hot makeup but not change your face features. We can definitely play with the skin because skin is not our main face feature, and if we will change a little bit skin tone or we will manage and smooth it a little bit, it will not affect so much our face features. So here we can go all in. Sometimes we can't do our passport photos ourselves, and people in this government place, they will not filter your skin and remove all your acne, so we'll just go full coverage. And to make it super blurry, I'm gonna go around with the sponge and kind of blur this foundation into my skin, because brush can leave some little strokes, but I feel like I'm getting earthquake. There's always something happening when I'm filming YouTube videos. That's crazy. I don't recommend you to use concealer, light concealer and contouring, because this will change your face structure. Instead, you can use concealer that's the same tone that your foundation, or you can just use more foundation and go with extra layer around your eyes to cover dark circles and all the imperfections that you want to cover. Now we have to return shadows back. We're not doing contouring, we just slightly returning the shadows. I'm gonna take the shade that's just one shade darker than my face. That's my actual shade right here. I'm not gonna go higher, I'm not gonna go more down. It's not to draw on your face, it's not to enhance our features, it just slightly add dimension to the face. You can even use bronzer for this kind of situation with big brush. We can apply a little bit of blush, again just tiny bit to give back life to the face, and you can see it's like my face but I put a beauty filter on it. Let's quickly talk about brows. Like, I'm not gonna do anything with my brows. This is my actually everyday brows. I just like style them and brush them and that's it. If you have super light brows real life, and like if you go to airport at 5 in the morning, let's say you don't have time to do your makeup, don't, please, never ever draw like huge dark brows on your passport photo, because that will definitely confuse the officer and the custom, and this will take time for you to pass. Instead, use something light just to make sure that brows are noticeable, so like you have some face features, but it's not gonna be like dramatically different from the way you look in real life. Lashes, here we can play a little bit. No fake lashes. I mean, if you want a little bit, but just better not. Let's work with what we have. If you have lash extension, even better. You're probably gonna have lash extension in airport too, but we're gonna do curling today. If you watch my short channel, you know that I've been ignoring lash curlers for 8 years, and I wasn't using them because I didn't want to damage my lashes, but I changed my way of looking at this. I made a bunch of mess, but I'm gonna clean it. Let's also add bottom lashes, because this not changing our eye shape a lot. We're not making it longer, we're not making it lifted. I completely forgot about powder. You definitely need powder, and a lot of powder. You not always controlling how the picture is gonna take in, and if it's gonna be flash there, you're just gonna get a lot of texture on the photo. It's gonna be more texture that you didn't even know existed on your face. Powder is gonna stop light from reflecting and you're not gonna get anything weird on your face. No highlighter, it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna reflect light, it's gonna look not so great. Let's do lips now. I love doing lips. Lips injections is the most popular surgery all over the world. That's why officers don't pay so much attention on your lips. Mostly it's like jawline, it's like ear placements, it's your bones right here, your brows, the shape of your eyes, how they structured, like are they lifted, are they going down. But lips, we can use this to our advantage. I'm overlining, but I keep in my natural lip form. I'm gonna contour it a little bit. And this is the maximum. I mean, you can do whatever. I'm not telling you what to do, but I warned you. Now let's talk about tips, because having good makeup doesn't mean you're gonna have good photo on your passport. This summer I filmed a video for my short channel about me creating new passport photo makeup. That is my old one and I wanted to make a really nice good picture. I did really nice makeup. Everything was so good until I got to the place where I was supposed to register my passport or whatever, and they were taking my photo. You see makeup, right? That was almost the same makeup. That's the photo that I got. I will explain you why. Always, if you have option, always take photo of yourself. Don't let these people screw your passport. They don't care. They don't care how you look. They don't care if you look weird. They don't care about camera placement. So what happened here is the lighting placement. And that's way more crucial than actual makeup. Because you can have the best makeup, but the lighting will ruin everything. When I got to the place, they had normal ceiling lighting and they had camera like down, like somewhere down with the flash that was flashing from the bottom, and I got everything. Whatever I did not want to show on my passport photo, everything's there. Smiley lines. Right here, the texture under my eyes, like I have huge bags, like this part of my face like sucked. And I was like, what the hell is that? The woman asked me like, do you want to take another one? But I understand it's not about my face expression, it's not about my face feature, it's about lighting. And we can take gazillion photos, the lighting will not change because the lighting comes from certain directions and it's gonna lead my face the way like it's doing it right now. Rule number one, always, if you have and if it's possible, take photos of yourself. It's not as hard as you think, it's actually super easy. All you need is just like clean white background, one light and camera. It can be even phone camera. You can take really good photos on the phone and you can find the requirements for your documents. If it's passport, if it's driver license, if it's like other type of ID, you just can find the requirements on internet and you just use these requirements in Canva, in Photoshop, in like any program that works with resizing the photo. It's important that you need to know that the lighting always have to be above you and it's supposed to go 45 degrees. Let me show you. So we're in the normal room. I'm gonna use this lighting right here. This is just like normal typical LED light. Let's go 82%. Look, if the lighting is right here, you can see my smiley lines. You can see things under my eyes, and that's exactly what happened on my passport photo. If you do it straight, it's better, but it's still lighting these parts a little bit. The light source should be above your head and on the 45 degree, not like this. You see, it's above my head, but it's creating these shadows. It has to be on 45 degrees. Otherwise, you will get smiley lines and all of this weird stuff that's going. This is this called beauty lighting setup. This is the light that helps your skin looks good, natural, nice, and like not increasing all this like bad stuff, because like even from the side you see like all this stuff becomes super visible. Like, I don't have it, but it's visible. You don't even know that you have all of these things, but you will find out after taking these photos. Another crucial thing is your camera placement, because if your camera is on the bottom, it's gonna make your chin bigger, your forehead smaller, it's gonna distort your proportion of the face, so your camera always has to be on your eye level. This is important, maybe even a little bit higher than eye level. This way your face is gonna look the way you would actually like it. And what to do if you actually came and they have horrible camera and lighting setup. Next time I will go do ID pictures for my photos. If I can't take them at home, I'm gonna bring this type of light. You can get something small like that, or even like, you know, this like clip lights that you put on the phone. Bring any lighting and try to ask the person that taking photos first to put camera on the eye level, so you will definitely know that your face proportion will not change, and to hold this while they're taking photo. If they don't want to do this, you can bring another person with you that will hold this basically on top of the camera or something like this. I hope this video was useful for you. I want you to slay on all your ID photos. Let's do it already. We had enough. We deserve to look beautiful on all our passports. See you in the next video. Love yourself.